Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? Check out redzonecoins.com for cheap and fast coins. You can use code ZERK for 10% off at checkout. Get 1,000,000 coins for $45.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be talking about the Madden 21 closed beta feedback. Now, in here it also states what EA actually did, some things that EA changed to Madden 21, and maybe some things that they're not going to change that we did talk about on the beta feedback. Now, before we get into it, I do want to give a shout out to Brandon Collier for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to be shouted out in the next video, drop a like in the vid, make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and comment down below Noti Gang. But guys, there is a lot of info to go over, so let's get right into it. Unfortunately, you know, this is just gameplay stuff. There's no Ultimate Team, like, specific stuff just yet. I know a lot of people have been waiting for some Ultimate Team info. Unfortunately, guys, are probably not going to get that for like 2 more weeks or so. That's my guess here. So don't expect to get like anything specific to Ultimate Team in this, but let's get right into it. As you guys can see, today we're going to focus on your gameplay feedback from the beta. Player feedback plays a fundamental role in how we improve our game, so let's take a moment to provide insight about additional gameplay features you may have discovered during the beta. So let's get right into this. We have the celebration run mechanic. I'm going to do a quick rundown of this stuff because those of you that did play the beta, maybe you noticed it. You probably noticed this one for sure with the celebration mechanic. So on here, left trigger is actually all you have to do to celebrate. Usually this year, if I remember correctly off the top of my head, Madden 20, you hold left trigger, you hold A. That is how you guys go ahead and celebrate. That definitely messed with me a little bit. I definitely fumbled quite a few times trying to slide with the quarterback because I was trying to hold left trigger and X to go ahead and slide, and that would make me celebrate and I would fumble. If you guys don't know, double tapping X on Xbox is actually how you slide this year in Madden. It looks like they are not going to be doing much. As you guys can see, we will not be changing this back to the 3-button combination for Madden 20. I think it was actually left trigger, right trigger, and A, if I remember correctly. If I had the controller in my hand now as I actually playing the game, I could celebrate, but I don't have it in my hand. Up next, though, we have the loss of precision modifier. So essentially, the left trigger does not do anything when it comes to actually spinning and juking and everything like that. With the amount of steering scaled per each ball carrier's special move rating is kind of how it's going to be now. All evasive ball carrier moves can now be naturally steered with the left stick. I believe they said that it starts at a 70. I don't remember exactly, I think it was evasive in general, so 70 evasive rating, and then as you continue to go up, that's kind of how you get better jukes, you get better spin, everything like that. Kind of how you can steer a little bit better. Pre-play defensive adjustments. Because we've introduced the new defensive back lock-on mechanic, which can be activated in pre-play. We need to shuffle around the defensive pre-play mechanics to support it. Pressing left bumper will now activate DB lock-on for your user-controlled player in either pre-play or during play. And right bumper /R1 is where you'll now find the defensive keys menu that was previously on left bumper. I definitely noticed that during the beta. Was not a big fan of it. Defensive back lock-on mechanic. The new lock-on mechanic allows you to lock your user-controlled player into man coverage behavior on a specific receiver when holding down the left bumper /left or L1 button. Pretty simple there. And then, of course, we have the ball carrier archetype run style. So I think I definitely noticed this a little bit during the beta, but I didn't know specifically about it. As you guys can see, coming to NFL 21 via the skill stick system is the concept of ball carrier archetypes. So as you guys can see, agile. So agile runners can turn and change direction faster / smoother and has the quickest special moves. Applies to skill position players with 80 agility or above and under 225 pounds. So Christian McCaffrey, I believe, is only like 205. He's the perfect one there. Agile small, similar to agile with a shorter, quicker stride length, applies to agile skill players who are 5'10 or below, aka Tyreek Hill. Agile and tall, longer, tall strides applies to agile skill position players who are 6'2 or taller, Julio Jones. Then, of course, we have players like Bruiser, who have a slower rate of turning, takes longer to change direction, slower evasive special moves than agile players, but more powerful power moves applied to skill positions, and linemen with less than 80 agility and over 225 pounds, CJ Anderson. Then we have Bruiser that is quick, So similar to Bruiser, but with custom animations for bigger players who have quick feet. So this applies to Bruiser skill positions and linemen with a speed rating of 90 or above. That, of course, is going to be Derrick Henry. And finally, we have Bruiser Heavy, which is similar to Bruiser with custom animations for bigger players who don't typically carry the ball. Like offensive and defensive linemen, applies to any Bruiser who is 290 pounds or heavier. So like you pick up a fumble with an offensive lineman or a D lineman, yeah, don't expect to be doing any jukes or anything. Now we get into some of the most updated, or upvoted I should say, feedback from the beta. So users, okay, I definitely agree with this. They were super slow. I felt like they really needed to be touched. While the feedback around this was consistent, it was also very polarizing. The speed at which defenders change direction will be largely unchanged because the vision for gameplay balance is focused more on authentic player movements and strategic decisions. So guys, yeah, unfortunately, users will be the same as in the beta, which if you guys didn't play the beta, I'm just going to let you guys know right now, it is beyond tough to use your middle linebacker. I'm not asking for the ability to cover a slant and then jump up and cover a post at the same exact time, but if I'm covering a slant and my opponent playmakers them, they're open. Like, there's just absolutely nothing you can do about that. So it's going to be pretty tough, but as you can see, it also says, as player ratings increase, the amount of ground a player can cover will also increase. So we'll see how that carries over, especially to Ultimate Team. Now, the change back to Hurdle and Truck, they actually did change that. So Hurdle will now return to Y and Truck will be up on the right stick. This was definitely something that needed to be changed, in my opinion. And luckily, it is getting changed because that messed me up a lot and I really didn't ever try to hurdle, like ever. I've never really tried to do that. They of course tried to change that because they have like the new, I think it's called the Jurdle, I want to say, little hurdle animation, like the side hurdle thing. So luckily, that did get changed. Players aren't reacting to the ball when thrown, offense and defense. I definitely noticed this. This issue will be significantly improved for launch, and we will continue to support this area via title updates if more cases pop up. Dropped interceptions occurring too frequently was another piece of common feedback we heard, and these were also related to the bugs in the catching system. So it looks like they did change. A lot of times, like, I had just receivers get hit in the head with the ball. Hopefully that was changed as well. Zone coverage changes. So with the zone, when the beta started, zone coverage system were completely tuned out, so much of this feedback was expected. I definitely expected them to tune zones a lot. They did improve the reaction times related to breaking on the ball, which scales per defender's zone rating or man rating in match zones. Added logic to modify break on ball reactions based on the facing direction of the defender, meaning if he can clearly see the throw, he will break fast, and if he can't see the throw. Improved zone behavior for defenders with zone coverage abilities. Fixed issues in cover 4 quarters and palms causing zone defenders to react too much to play action. Fixed the logic problems with quarter flat zones inappropriately matching vertical routes. Fixed logic problems in cover 3 against halfback wheel routes. Improved underneath zones dropping logic and cover 3 and cover 2 coverages. We'll get more updates later after launch with title updates. Now, some other things they did. Player switching logic doesn't feel intuitive. The beta had some changes to player switching logic that we wanted to get more testing and feedback on in an attempt to make some improvements to downfield player switching. Based on that feedback, those changes have more unintended negative consequences than we'd like, so we removed those changes so player switch logic will be the same as it was in Madden 20 for launch in Madden 21. Now, this next piece is a big thing that I've seen. A lot of people on Twitter are not too happy about this. Some people are really happy, some people are not happy about it. I'm kind of mixed on it, honestly. Film study. Outside of the feedback around the defensive user, this ability led to the most polarizing topic among our community, and it's exactly the feedback we were looking for. We included this ability in the beta to get a gauge on how this could function in the game. While the film study build will not be available for the game for launch, we do plan to introduce it later in the year with a title update. So my guess is that this is going to be something you're going to, like, so you're going to need a threshold, obviously, to unlock this ability in Ultimate Team. It's not going to be available to everyone. This is probably only going to be for players that have super high something, more than likely awareness, I'm guessing. So we'll see exactly how that's going to play in to Madden 21 Ultimate Team. Head-to-head. See how that one goes in there as well. Fatigue penalties for scrambling quarterbacks are too severe, so they did decrease in fatigue penalty for simply running with an out-of-position ball carrier but not getting hit. increase in fatigue penalty when taking hits with an adaptation ball carrier, more significant when taking hit stick tackles. Now they also went ahead and buffed, not a ton, but they did actually buff the AI pass rush. So as you guys can see, for context around this tuning, the stats in the video showed an average of less than 1 defensive sack per game, while they want to target close to 2 per game. To balance this tuning, we've added in logic for pass block double teams to fully utilize the blocker resistance system. This means that when rushing against double teams, any memory built up against the rusher at that point in the game will count towards the rusher for both blockers and the double team, making it harder to beat double teams. So I believe that he said it was a tune of 3 to 5%. I want to say somewhere around there. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that Clint said 3 to 5%. They boosted up a little bit. So it's not a huge tune, but I think it was pretty necessary. QBs can be stripped in the pocket without starting a throw on competitive. We received feedback told us quarterbacks fumbling before starting a throw was unfair for the competitive game style. In response, we have disabled strip sacks on QBs inside the pocket with the exception of pass rushers with the strip specialist ability. It's kind of interesting there. Past max throw power, passing feedback, and penalty. When the throw power max is hit by a quarterback by his throw power rating, we have made a change so that a QB cannot be hit with both an accuracy penalty and a power penalty on the same throw, except on crossbodies, as this was causing throws to be wildly off target and was confusing to players. We have also updated the passing feedback text to be clearer for this specific passing penalty, so instead of reading pass max throw power, now say out of range. This is applied when trying to throw to a receiver who is farther downfield than the quarterback's throw power. And the final thing I want to talk to you guys about is the top reported bugs, and these have all been changed. The rainbow colored arms, which I actually thought was kind of cool, / the pink arm equipment, incorrect player pictures, there was definitely a lot of that even with Lamar Jackson, visors not positioned on helmets correctly, gamer tags covering the play clock when playing online, and coach adjustments reset after every drive, and coverage depth adjustments automatically set to 0. That is everything, and the next Gridiron Notes will be on July 31st, and we'll focus on the X Factor and Superstar abilities for Madden 21. As you guys know, I believe over the course of the next couple of days still, as I've been doing like earlier today, I did the X Factor running backs, yesterday the X Factor quarterbacks. We're going to be getting more of those. I believe tomorrow we should maybe get like wide receiver, tight ends. It's my guess. I don't know what positions we'll see, but I believe we should be getting more positions tomorrow. But with that being said, guys, that is the Madden 21 closed beta feedback. That is everything that they either changed or maybe didn't change, stuff they're bringing into the game, everything like that. So with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure you guys drop a like on the video, and of course hit that sub button down below. Let me know down below what you guys think about this. Hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time.